Our surgeons can now get training using robotics as well as virtual and extended realities at a new medical technology facility in Pasir Panjang. The company behind that is the Medtronic Customer Experience Center hopes it will create a global training ecosystem for doctors. For more, we have Dr Lavie Golenberg, head of the Medtronic Center, and Dr Gao Yujia, a consultant at the National University Hospital. Now, first, Dr Gao, if I could put the question to you. The facility offers many things, doesn't it? A healthcare metaverse, a very immersive experience, all this technology, even a shared community and a conducive learning environment. What for you among that, or something else, is the most exciting?
Right. Thanks, Jill. So I think the most exciting part of this experience center to me is the ability for extended reality and virtual reality to really play a huge part when it comes to training and educating the next generation of medical practitioners. Right. So at the center, I had a chance to visit it a few times. They have a very dedicated space for us to use extended reality technology. For example, virtual reality using the Oculus headsets. They have mixed reality devices that uses the Microsoft HoloLens tool. And this gives us the ability to exceed the physical boundaries of how, traditional ways of training surgeons, training physicians used to be, and, allows us to take that initial step into the healthcare metaverse and to train doctors and physicians beyond the usual boundaries.
Dr. Gao, it sounds like there's going to be a lot of sophisticated technology on offer there at the center. As a liver and pancreas surgeon, how are you actually going to be using this center?
Right. So one of the things that we actually see a huge use for this center is for remote assistance and remote proctoring. We actually I myself went to Nepal about 3 weeks ago as part of an outreach program. And we brought our mixed reality devices along with us to Nepal. And we managed to actually connect surgeons from Nepal, Japan, India, and Singapore using, I guess we can call it the healthcare metaverse. And, I was physically in Nepal with the Nepali surgeons. The surgeons from Singapore, India, Japan joined us as avatars, right? So we see them as avatars floating around in the hospital in Nepal. And we are all interacting in the same space, looking at the same scans and doing simulating a face-to-face discussion, like as though we are talking to each other, in a physical environment. So what the space at this experience center does is that it creates the ability for sessions like this to happen. It gives us the infrastructure. It gives us the ability to connect different surgeons, different experts from around the world. And it allows me to conduct training sessions in this center, and at the same time have surgeons from other countries who may not be able to join us physically to dial in on the healthcare metaverse and join us as avatars.
Dr. Golenberg, I'll bring you into the conversation now. We just heard Dr. Yao give a really vivid example of how he's using your technology. As the company behind this, how do you see... Oh, we've lost Dr. I think we can welcome Dr. Golenberg well and truly back into the interview. I was just going to ask Dr. Golenberg, what is the extended reality in the context of your facility, this facility?
Sure. Yeah. Thank you. So extended reality basically puts a hologram in front of a doctor. And you can imagine the opportunities that it creates to be able to do this over and over anytime you want, anywhere, because it's portable. When they come to our facility, they're able to mix that digital reality with a physical simulator to get both that high resolution, highly detailed, basically hologram, and then also get that on top of the tactile, the feeling of actually using the tools. So it creates a really wonderful learning experience, which will create high procedural success and really great patient outcomes.
It's an exciting development, Dr. Golenberg, and it sounds as if it's going to strengthen Singapore's position as a healthcare hub as well. How exactly is it going to do that?
Yeah, great question. So You can imagine the first opportunity is the scalability. This is something that can be shared with every doctor in Singapore. So that's really, really important, especially for the entering doctors. The second thing it does is it allows for connection. So a new doctor can connect with a really experienced doctor in the virtual space and get that training, that mentorship, that proctorship that's really important in building up that skill.
Dr. Gao, back to you. There is still some disparity in the standard of healthcare around the world and in Asia. Do you think a center like this can bridge that gap since it allows doctors remote access?
Thank you. I would say it does give us a huge advantage when it comes to I guess democratizing healthcare, because one of the things that we used to do would be the outreach programs to lesser developed and underdeveloped areas to try and bring medical expertise to them. But one of the biggest problems is that we can train and we can impart the knowledge while we're there. But once we leave, the difficulty is to try and sustain the program for them and to make sure that there's continuity when it comes to patient care and delivering quality healthcare once the outreach team leaves. With technologies like extended reality, mixed reality, the ability to have remote assistance and remote proctoring, we can design a sustainable and viable program for these areas where even after the physical team leaves, we can build a good infrastructure for them to continue using this technology so that, if let's say they do encounter a difficult case or a complex case, which they require assistance from, an expert center that's not in their region, instead of flying the experts down physically, which, has a lot of challenges on its own, they can just hop onto the healthcare metaverse, connect using the mixed reality device, consult these experts in real time, and bring that knowledge and that medical expertise and abilities to the patients right in front of them. So I do believe that this is a huge step towards making healthcare and quality healthcare accessible to all around and really help to democratize healthcare.
All right, we have to leave it there for now, but thank you for all your insights, Dr. Lavie Golenberg, head of Medtronic Center, and Dr. Gao Yujia, consultant at the NUH.